Okay, good morning everybody. Making a new video to summarize everything about alchemist. I might make this video into 3 or 5. So I'm going to start the class from trend, where I normally start from. From where? From trend. Sorry. Trend. So in this scenario, we have two types of trend, which is an uptrend and downtrend. Uptrend. Downtrend. In the uptrend scenario, we have something like this: a bearish candle, and like this. We have this in uptrend, and we have this in downtrend. You understand? When the market is buying from a low, from this low, and going up, that's what we call an uptrend. And when the market is selling from here to here, that's what we call downtrend. But this is not how the structure is. We'll talk about structure also. You understand? You might see it like this. Now, this is a downtrend. Why? Because the market is selling from here. You can see this is a downtrend, and uptrend vice versa. You have something like this. This is a support. The low that was created before breaking structure is a support, and the structure that was broken is a resistance. This is a support. This is a support. This is a support. Can you see? So, how to identify the support? The support is a V shape, and the resistance is an A shape. Support is a V shape, support. Resistance. You can see from the trend we have uptrend, downtrend, support, and resistance. Where do I call the support? The low before the break of structure. is the support. The high before the break of structure to the downside is the resistance. The break of structure to the upside is the support. Do you understand the perfect support and resistance now? That's how to identify support. That's it for support and resistance. But how do we now know the structure of the market? The structure of the market. Structure of the market. How to read the structure of the market to know if your support will hold or your resistance will hold. You understand? This is how to know it. If you have a support like this, that the market came back to sweep and break again, this is what we know as a market structure shift and a liquidity with the support. This is our structure. This is the support that was swept before. This is a resistance. I told you, a resistance is like A shape, a support is like V shape. This is a support, this is a resistance. So we mark here as what? As our resistance. We mark here as what? Also, we mark here as our support. So we are having two support and one resistance now. This is support, and this is resistance. But the market has broken the resistance. Whenever the resistance gets broken, it turns into a what? A support. That is why we call it RBS. Resistance became support. We call it RBS. Resistance became support. You understand? So breaking that now, as an alchemist trader, we will need a liquidity, because this is why it's called malicious support and resistance. You understand? If it's normal support and resistance, they'll just take it like this, straight. But most of the time, it doesn't work like that. You understand? It might just come here and take everybody out. But how do we know that the market will reverse right here? We wait for a liquidity to form close to it and give us a pullback about 50%. Then we know we can take this resistance. You can see now, all because of what? All because of liquidity. This is just a simple entry of support and resistance, knowing how to mark it. Let me now show you everything I've marked out here on normal chart for you. Okay, you can see now on 30 minutes, if you should change to line, you will see the structure very well. What is this? This is a support. This is a support that was swept. Here now become what? A strong low. and now there was a pullback right here. And now the market gave us what? A liquidity. And the liquidity gave us what? A 50% pullback. You can see this is more than 50% pullback. So now in this kind of trade, what are we anticipating? We are anticipating something like this. You can see this is what happened. So what are we anticipating? We are anticipating for the next support, which will be where the QMR here, and then go back. This is what we are anticipating. You can see now. But let me show you. RBS, the one I just explained right now. Let me show it to you. You can see right here. Let me zoom to 15 minutes so I can see it clearly. You can see it clearly now. If I change to line right here, the resistance sweep, breaking here, came back and move. You can see where did the market touch now? The market touch the resistance that was broken. You can see clearly the resistance that was broken. That is where the market came back to touch and move, and it has been moving since then. It has been buying since then. Can you see? So if you take this kind of trade like this, this is what you're having. Can you see? Can you see what you're having? Can you see? You understand now? This is simple RBS. So, a resistance turned to support. When a resistance is disrespected, that resistance turns to support. You understand? That is RBS for you. Should I bring another example again? No, let me not use this one as an example so that it will not confuse you. Let's just learn the normal one. Okay, here's another one. You can see there's a low here. You can see. Now, this is SBR. Support turned to resistance. Support turned to resistance. SBR. Support turned to resistance. This is it. A sweep. Market structure shift. A break. So now we know that we have two RBS, this and this, and our entry should always be the closest point of interest to the liquidity. Where is the liquidity now? These are the liquidities. All this is the liquidity. Can you see it clearly now? All this is the liquidity. So where do I mark? Mark here. You can see the market reversed from there. Why? Because there is liquidity. This is normal SBR. So now you understand how we take our RBS and SBR now. Let me continue what I'm doing. I'm just summarizing all the videos for you so that you will not be watching many videos. You will just watch this this type of video, then we'll continue the remaining one on Zoom. I'll be adjusting your hand from Zoom because you will not get it once. You will need me to correct you for like about more than 50 times, more than 100 times before you start. You will not master. You will not teach your eye how to master this stuff, how to be seeing it without stress. Because even if as I'm showing you now, it will still be a little bit hard for you to understand or to see it on the chart. So, but until I adjust you and show you so things, you will now start seeing everything clearly on the chart. So that is RBS for you, which is a resistance to support, and SBR for you for support turn to resistance. So whenever we are taking a trade, let me start from there. Whenever we are taking a trade, our first thing to check whenever taking a trade is our resistance. Is it broken, or is there a liquidity sweep there? Let me show you what I'm trying to say. Thank God this class is not mainly for students, but as a student you're supposed to understand. As a newbie, you're supposed to understand what I'm trying to say now with these few graphs I'm drawing. What to look for whenever I first open the market. What to look for whenever I first open the market. Where is the recent breakout? That is my first lookout. Where did the recent breakout happen? You might have this. Understand? Normally, this is a breakout. An RBS that was a resistance that was disrespected, that became a support. Understand? This is it. You can see now. So, I know, okay, this is another breakout. I saw a breakout here. But is this a valid breakout? No, this is just a normal breakout structure. This is another valid breakout. A new market structure shift. Why? Because there was a liquidity sweep here. This was the first support that was swept before the market did what? Change direction. Understand? Before this RBS did what? Get disrespected. And we have our first what? We have our pullback like this. And when I said the next when you have your pullback after a market structure shift, you look for where? You look for the next support close to it. Where's the next support close to it? This support that was disrespected is support close to it. So whenever you want to take the trade, you do not focus on here for now. You focus on what? You focus on the new range that has formed. Understand? And you take from there like this. And you take like this and target the high that was created. Do you understand now? It's just normal support and resistance level. Understand? I would have shown you this type of entry, but your head will not carry it for now. You can see your head cannot carry it for now. So let me start from the normal basic one so that you can understand and not make it complicated for you. You get the point now? So after all that, you can now start focusing on what? I'm taking this one right here. Right here. Why? Because here is your support. Here is also a support. And this is your pullback. After this market structure shift, this is your first pullback. You can see how everything is correlating with each other. So the next thing you look for is what? The next support. And you take it like this. Voila, deal. I take it like this. You can see now. That's how we take our support and resistance. With liquidity, there must be liquidity close to it. You understand? So you look for recent breakouts. If you've seen, let me make another example again so that you will not miss it. So after looking for your recent breakout, if you see that your what is it called? Your recent RBS has been touched, where do you focus on? You focus on the next support. Any new support below the market structure shift is your this thing. What is it called? Your QMR, which is Quasimodo. QMR. After the RBS has been touched, you look for the next support, which are always the QMR. This something like this. Understand? So you have this. You can see this is the support that was swept before the market change direction. So this is the closest support to this. So you take it like this. You can see. So the first thing is you check where the breakout happened. Is the breakout mitigated? If it's not, maybe it's something like this. You can focus on the closest POI, which is the RBS. Understand? Then you'll be expecting like this. Understand? Before we expect something like this. Before the last expansion from the last support. Why? Because there's liquidity. This is liquidity for this. This is liquidity for this. This is liquidity for this. You can see how simple it is, just for normal support and resistance. No big English, no mago, no. Are you with me? So now let's bounce into liquidity. That liquidity will be on the next video. It will be, I will record that one soon, maybe around 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock or 2:30. I will record that one. We'll continue from where we stopped here.